The Oxford Dictionary defines a guilty pleasure as something such as a movie, television program, or piece of music that one enjoys despite feeling that it is not generally held in high regard. In the age of social media, we as a collective have decided on platforms like Twitter that entertainment, which is subjective in nature, can be objectively good or bad. When you as a viewer find yourself in the minority of an opinion, it can be challenging to state your love for it. But today, I'm going to step out on the limb, or plank in this case, to explain why I love the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and more specifically, why I love Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow, if you please, sir.
Let's start with some controversy. Last year, Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard found themselves in this generation's version of the trial of the century. Many commentators and pundits came out of the woodwork to vocalize their opinion on the question of Johnny Depp's morality. When the allegations about Depp were released, Disney, the corporation that owns the Pirates IP, wasted little time in axing Depp from further productions of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. While most legal analysts would be hard-pressed to call the ruling of the court in Heard's favor, the damage to Depp's reputation was done, and Depp himself has made no statements regarding his interest in returning to the Pirates franchise, even if offered back his role. If Depp does not return, then the Pirates IP is as sunk as Cutler Beckett's ship, because more than anyone, Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow defines the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. When I and others consider actors that have embodied a character as perfectly as Depp did Sparrow, the best comparison I've seen online is the way Robert Downey Jr. embodied Iron Man, which is praise for both actors. If I were to weigh in, I'd wager that Depp was a little more impressive as Sparrow due to the lack of source material, and Depp by himself made Jack Sparrow a legend. And if he doesn't return, I hope this video at least serves as one final salute to the greatness that is Captain Jack Sparrow. For the benefit of sanity, we will only be focusing on the first three Pirates movies, which are The Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End, which most fans consider to be like the original trilogy of Star Wars. Even I, as a Pirates fan, have no defense for On Stranger Tides and Dead Man Tell No Tales. Those two movies also happen to be the movies that do a number on Jack Sparrow's character by forcing him into a role he was never meant to fill. What I mean by that is, unlike the leading man in the prior movies, William Turner, portrayed by Orlando Bloom, Jack is not the hero archetype. Sparrow is also unaffected by the hero's journey model that has acted as the skeletal layer of many stories for centuries. Rather, he has a relatively flat character arc. He begins the movie wanting the Black Pearl, ends the movie the same way, with little to any growth. Unlike heroes who are defined by their strong sense of justice, willingness to sacrifice themselves for other, adventurous or daring spirits, and deep-rooted courage, Jack is a trickster archetype. Tricksters, as the name implies, are characters that use their wit and mischievous nature in tandem with their humor and charisma to overcome adversity, often by underhanded means.
You're getting beat again.
You didn't beat me. You ignored the rules of engagement. In a fair fight, I'd kill you.
That's not much incentive for me to fight fair then, is it?
These are hardly the traits of what we expect from a leading man in a blockbuster, especially not a Disney blockbuster. But as Sparrow is consistently reminding Will, he's not a hero. He's a pirate. Jack's pirate-centric nature adds so much to the movie, as the juxtaposition between Will, who is a complete fish out of water in the world of piracy, and Jack Sparrow, who calls himself a weasel, only serves to add to the world building of the Pirates movies.
It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out.
When you come to watch a movie called Pirates of the Caribbean, you want to see pirates, and Jack Sparrow delivers on every level. From the swashbuckling sword battles, to the seasoned sailors in naval combat, to the debilitating drinking habits.
But why is the rum gone?
Jack Sparrow nails all the key piracy desires of the paying customer. Whereas Will and Elizabeth have no doubt impactful roles in the story, as do the incredible villains for the first three films. Jack Sparrow, more than any character, is the source of the plot's movement, many times due to his deceitful nature. Jack Sparrow is one charismatic donkey, if you catch my drift. His character introduction tells us most everything we need to know about him. One moment he is stealing and swindling shillings, and the next he's diving into the water to save Elizabeth from certain death. Sparrow is constantly drifting on the line of morality, and this is due to his complex code of honor. During his epic introduction, Jack Sparrow pays respect to the hanged pirates as he sees coming into port. We know at this time Jack has been mutinied upon and barely escaped with his life, yet he understands the nature of the pirate lifestyle and understands that that's part of the bigger game. What makes Jack's code of honor unique is that manipulation and opportunism are not against it. Whereas the idea of manipulation is considered awful by most people, Jack utilizes his charisma to help boost his manipulative ability. As everyone who has studied psychology can tell you, the best way to make someone do something for you that they might not want to do is to make them believe that their goals align with your own. While an imperfect example to be sure, we see an aspect of this in Jack's character when he's trying to escape the prison in Curse of the Black Pearl. Jack is able to understand that whistling, or forgive the pun, hounding the dog, isn't going to help the prisoner's escape. Instead, Jack makes the dog's goal align with his own by offering meat to the animal in exchange for the key, which would have worked had Barbossa's pirates not attacked the island at the exact moment. Another example of his manipulative ability is how Jack forces Will to agree to his terms in order to help Elizabeth. Theoretically, Will has far more bargaining power, as if Will doesn't help Jack escape, Jack will die. However, Jack quickly identifies Will's Achilles heel, which is his love for Elizabeth, and isn't for a second above manipulating him for it. Jack also, without a word, processes Will's full name when given to him and is already planning the next plays. For as careless as Jack can be, he isn't stupid. As we see during his plan to get the Interceptor, he has a great strategic mind in tandem with his emotional intelligence and never questions using it to reach what he desires. Speaking of desire, the idea of desire is central to Jack Sparrow's character. So much that we learn in future movies that his compass and hat are his greatest treasures. While the hat is more aesthetic than anything else, in Dead Man's Chest, Jack reveals to Elizabeth that his compass is not normal. In his own words, Jack says,
This compass does not point north.
Where does it point?
It points to the thing you want most in this world.
perfectly understandable that an item that would help navigate him towards the thing he wants the most would be his prized possession. Jack brings up having a desire for treasure as a key part to being a pirate when talking to Will, but is keen enough to understand both from experience and his emotional intelligence that treasure doesn't always mean gold. The final part of Jack's complexity is the value he places on the life of the people around him. In Dead Man's Chest, Jack feels little remorse about sending Will over to Davy Jones, who is one of the best villains in cinema, to settle his debt to the Octopus Man. When asked if Jack would be able to live with himself, selling over 100 souls for his own freedom, Jack absolutely has no hesitation in agreeing.
But I wonder, Sparrow, can you live with this? Can you condemn an innocent man, a friend, to a lifetime of solitude in your name while you roam free?
Yep, I'm good with it.
Realizes the plan has failed though. He does try and work to haggle back for Will, but that doesn't excuse Jack's willingness to sacrifice the man that had previously saved his life in the first place. However, this is one area where Jack does grow, as he gives up perhaps one of his greatest desires, which is to sail forever as an immortal, to Will by the end of the story to save his life. Jones really ironically brings out the best of Jack's Weasley black guts and deserves his own future video. So please be sure to subscribe and ring the bell notification to be alerted whenever that new video drops. Every story needs a vehicle. By that, I don't mean a car, or in the case of pirates, a ship. What I mean is a character that we get to experience the world through. Pirates does this brilliantly by providing two options and weaving them in and out depending on the tone they wish to set at the moment. Whereas Will is a great vehicle if you are trying to experience the heroic moments of Pirates of the Caribbean, when it comes to exploring the world of piracy, the islands filled with degenerates and criminals and the dirty side of the world, nobody explores that better than Jack.
What? I may have deserved that.
Jack rides the line between villain and hero so perfectly that it would not be far-fetched to say that the Pirates movies could never have worked without him. Jack Sparrow is the heart and soul of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and Disney's seeming amnesia of what made audiences love him in Pirates 4 and 5 is deeply saddening. If this is the end of Johnny Depp's run as Jack Sparrow, then all I can say is that I am grateful for the time I've gotten to spend enjoying this phenomenal character. From his brilliant costume design to his theme to his complexity, there will never be another pirate quite like Jack. And that is why I love both the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and, most importantly, Captain Jack Sparrow. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Ringing the notification bell will alert you whenever a new video drops. And if you'd like to check me out on social media, the link to my Twitter is down below. Any support would be greatly appreciated as I continue to try and build this platform. And everyone who has viewed my work so far, I really appreciate it. And until next time, have a great day. Peace.